on CNN saying he believes in, quote, the righteousness of stopping Iran's religious fanatics and butchers. They've been desperate to bring about destruction with the nuclear weapon. Democrats and their media allies now say that Trump bombing Iran's infrastructure like bridges and power plants are war crimes. Let's welcome back to the show Iranian human rights activist Goldie Ghamari. Goldie, great to see you again. Thanks for joining us. What do you make of the Trump war crimes criticism? Isn't Iran using its bridges and power plants for a terror regime? That's what their focus is on tonight for its weapons. Those are legitimate targets. Isn't it a war crime for Iran to use its citizens as human shields around its power plants and bridges?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like, I am shocked and appalled at the narrative that I'm currently hearing from the Democrats, from the woke left, from the, anti-Trump TDS people. Where was their outrage when the Islamic regime last night said on Islamic regime TV that, women and children should go out and act as human shields? Where was their outrage when the Islamic regime started conscripting children as young as 12 years old to man the Basij checkpoints, because a lot of the Basij and IRGC people have been exterminated? Where was their outrage then? What's happening here is that you have the Democrats and the woke left and even the woke right, the Tucker Carlsons and whoever, as well as the jihadis and Islamists. They are taking advantage of, their Trump derangement syndrome or whatever it is, and they are using the blood of Iranians to promote their anti-Trump agenda. And shame on them for doing so, because the only war criminal here is the brutal Islamic regime that has been oppressing and murdering Iranians for the last 47 years.
Let's talk about that, because critics are asking what you're asking. Where are the war crime debate and charges about Iran killing tens of thousands of Iranians over the last nearly 50 years? One estimate said as 100,000 people, machine gunning them to death in the streets. It's public executions and hangings, even still today, trying to recruit 12-year-olds into their war effort. Clinton pollster Mark Penn says, where's the Democrat outrage at Iran's real war crimes like bombing civilian targets throughout Israel and the Mideast? The UA targeting civilian hotels, energy plants, and airports. They've been doing that. And also, Iran's terror regime financed and backed Hamas's 10/7 massacre in Israel. That's a war crime.
100%. I mean, we are dealing with a brutal Islamic dictatorship that occupied Iran 47 years ago. They turned our country into a 7th century Islamic hellhole governed by Sharia law. Not only do they commit crimes against humanity against the Iranian people, but they've been engaging in war crimes against, countries in the Persian Gulf, and of course, the United States and Israel. Like, it's absolutely mind-boggling to me that these, woke lefty Democrats, whoever, are actually attacking President Trump, who is the commander-in-chief of the greatest country in the world. And I say that as a Canadian. The United States is the leader when it comes to freedom and democracy in the world. And to me, it's absolutely horrifying that these, to me, like, they sound like traitors. These traitors are actually defending the Islamic regime, and they're attacking President Trump. And the one thing I want to say very quickly, just a few days ago, I was monitoring Islamic Regime State TV on my YouTube channel. We actually saw the Islamic regime was sharing posts on X by Chuck Schumer, by Marjorie Taylor Greene, and videos by Jon Stewart. And they were using that as part of their anti-Trump, pro-Islamic regime propaganda. So right now, in a situation where 90 million Iranians are cut off from the internet, have been cut off for the last 38 days, the Islamic regime is using posts by Democrats and by, anti-Trump people to promote their propaganda.
Okay.
So shame on anyone who's attacking Trump right now.
Thank you so much, Iranian human rights activist Goldie Ghamari. It's good to see you again.